So I hope you still are ready for some code-heavy presentation. It's 5 minutes, so yeah, thanks. So yeah, let me hide it. Yes, awesome. So my name is Kuba. I'm a software engineer at Dropbox. I'm on the design systems team, so that means that we are creating an internal component library for product engineers to use. And today I wanted to talk to you about polymorphic React components and some issues with them. So what's a polymorphic React component? There's a simple example here, a button component where the users can pass the element to render. It can be an anchor, it can be a button, and this is what will be rendered, and we can have some common logic to share between those two. But it can get more complicated. What we wanted to do in our design system, we wanted to have a component which will allow the users to style their components in a type-safe way. We call it a box. It's a common name. Such component is in multiple component libraries. And what it takes the as prop, which is the element to render. It takes some props for this element, and it takes a list of styles. It takes a prop for each style that should be applied, and each of those styles can use design system tokens. So it's not like some arbitrary values, but we have, for example, large padding defined, and users can set it on their component. I won't dive into the details of the implementation, but let me share with you some issues with this box component. So there can be props conflicts, for example. If you have the same prop on box and the same prop on the component that you are passing to as, for example, gap, which is like a common thing, a CSS property, but can also mean something different. You don't really know if the gap belongs to box or it belongs to cart. Yeah, you don't know what will happen. And another problem is forward ref. So if you want to give the users a reference to the component and you want it to be type safe, then you end up with like 100 lines of complicated generic TypeScript types, which will break whenever you upgrade TypeScript. Yeah, not great. So we thought maybe as child this pattern will be better. This is something like a pattern used in some component libraries, for example, Radix UI. So instead of passing the element to render in a prop, you pass it as a child of the component, and the props are separated. You can see that the gap belongs to the cart, not to the box. But there are some other problems, for example, type safety. So React with TypeScript is not great in keeping the children of components type safe. So you cannot ensure, for example, that the component you are passing as child will support the on-click event that you pass to box. Because how it works is that the properties are merged, the ones defined on box are merged with the ones defined on card. So on-click should be also supported on card for this to work. And we have no way to ensure that with TypeScript. And another problem is the confusion where you should put the props, actually, because you can put on click on the box, you can put it on card. Some users can use it in one way, and to make cause confusion, it may cause some inconsistencies. So it didn't really solve our problems. So what we did, we went back to analytics, which we should have done in the beginning. So we checked how the users use our components, how they use the box, so that we can help them, we can improve the box without breaking their usages. So we found that 90% of box usages were actually simple diffs or spans. It weren't some complicated custom components, just simple containers, and just 10% was styling of some custom components that the users passed. So we've realized that we actually have two boxes in one, and we have to split them. So first one is a simple container. It can be just a div or a span. It takes all the design system styles and can be just used across the code. and you can apply the design system styles easily. And we get rid of the generic TypeScript types. We only have a type union because there are only two element types that we support. There are no props configs because we know which props are already on spans and on divs, so we can avoid adding them to box. Yeah, it's fine. And if anybody wants to get more complex, they get a styling util function, which basically returns class names for the design system tokens. So you can get your component and just apply some class names that we give you with return from the util function. And this is what we ended up with. This is how we solved the problem. Thanks.
Yes, so you talked about how you decided to move away from type inference for props, but could you share a little more details about how you implemented props inference in the first place? Because that's the problem I'm battling with right now.
Oh, okay. So in the first version of Box, the one that had, like, where you could pass any component to it?
Yes.
So there are multiple versions of this code on the internet, basically. Like what we've done a compilation of code found in multiple blogs where people try to solve this problem. There are different versions which work in different versions of TypeScript. So if you want the one that works with newest one, you need to find the right one. But basically, yeah, the code is there online and you just have to find it. I can share it with you if you want.
Thank you very much.
Warsaw.